It was June 2nd, 2010. I had worked my whole career for a law firm doing catastrophic medical malpractice and personal injury. And on that day, I'm called into a meeting with the senior partners of the firm. And they tell me very calmly that today, John, it's time we part ways. I didn't see it coming. But as I walked out that big conference room that day, I realized that I was all on my own. I had no paycheck next week, nothing like that. And after 14 years of working at a firm, all of a sudden I was going to have to manage and market a law firm. And I had no clue what to do. So what I did was I started documenting the core processes, the systems and policies that I had learned from this firm, but also I knew the stuff not to do. So the good stuff and the bad stuff. And I just kept documenting, and I wrote it down in a little notepad. I just kept writing and writing. I kept collecting every single system for managing a law firm, marketing a law firm, trial practice, everything I knew, the minutia of running a law firm. And in my view, the most important thing that you can do in growing, managing, and marketing a law firm is documenting every core process. Where do you start? Well, you might start with getting a system for documenting systems. And I'm going to show you what we call Fisherpedia. This is a website that cost about $1,000 to make. And essentially, what every single system in our law firm is right here: our best legal forms, transcripts from different medical experts, every process for accrued paid time off. Very simple. All you do is go to fisherpedia.com and you query right at the top of our conference call. If you want to make a conference call with the court or expert witnesses, you just click that on, and basically there's instructions right here. We also have instructions on a short video. So whenever you have a process, if you have your phone person coming to your law firm to show you how to use the phones, videotape that 20-minute session and then break the videos into short little clips. So every aspect of using your phone system could be part of a number of different systems. So it's all laid out there. And when you have a new paralegal, new secretary, or intake specialist, you've got all these detailed videos showing how to use your phone system. And this applies to anything. If people ask you, what are the benefits? Let's say they want to know about accrued or paid time off. This will lay out everything. So they just go into the policy, and that way you don't have to answer the same question over and over again. Videotaping depositions. Let's say that you have a young attorney and he wants to know, how do we videotape depositions? What is our procedure? Well, you can lay it right out in a policy, and there's a tutorial and there's text. There's everything that you could want to know. Statute of limitations. You have a new intake specialist who doesn't know what the deadlines are. Put it in a policy or system. And then once you've got that policy, you have it forever. Here's the key. Couple things. Number one, policies mean nothing if they're not being followed. So you could have great policies, but no one's following anything. Chet Holmes wrote in one of his books that the great way to enforce or use policies and systems is to have a training day. So that's maybe 20 minutes once a week where you set aside some time with your team to discuss, do you have a policy? Are you following the policy? How can the policy be improved? And you go through all of that stuff, and then you go right into your website, Fisherpedia, your version of it, and you start adding to it. You delete stuff, and you find out, are we actually doing the stuff that we're supposed to doing? When a case settles, are we filling out a settlement statement and getting all of the disbursements? Because if you're not, then your law firm's going to get stuck with a big bill that you're not going to be reimbursed for. So making sure that you've got a policy for everything, a settlement statement checklist, everything, reconciling the expenses between your law firm and your bookkeeper to make sure that what the expenses you have in your case management software are identical to what your firm's bookkeeper has, and then preparing a settlement statement, laying all of this stuff out very carefully so anyone on your team could do any of this. Let's say, for example, that you need to file a summons complaint in federal court, but you have people in your office are out for a certain day. If you've got that system in Fisherpedia, then anyone in your firm could just go right in there, and within 5 minutes, they could electronically file a summons complaint in federal court. It makes everything so much easier. Of all the things that you do in building a law firm, building out the core processes and systems of your law firm is more important than anything else. Because if your whole staff leaves, your team just up and runs, then what happens to your firm? You've got chaos. But if you've got systems and you've got onboarding so that you're getting your team on board with your systems, then anyone can come in and pick up your systems the next day. Your firm's vivid vision. What good is a vision if people don't know what it is? So you want to share that, put it on your website, put it on your main website, protectingpatientrights.com. We put it on there because I want people who work with us to know what our vivid vision is for our 3-year plan for our law firm. Everything, transcripts, forms. Somebody wants to draft a summons complaint in a birth asphyxia case, no problem. We've got a number of those forms right on there. And if you contact our law firm, I will give you the login for Fisherpedia. My website, the personal email is jfisher, F-I-S-H-E-R, lawyer @gmail.com, or you can call my cell, 518-265-9131. I will be happy to give you the login credentials so you could use all of the forms that we have in Fisherpedia. This website was built a few years ago. It cost about $1,000. It's easily the best thing that we've done in the past 5 to 10 years to improve our law firm. And that's documenting the core processes and systems, whether it's in a WordPress website like Fisherpedia or it's something else like Tetra. It's so important to get all of those systems in one place so you and your team can be always on the same page in terms of what you're doing. I view documenting the core processes of your law firm the most essential thing that you could do in managing a marketing law firm. This is tip number 2 of my top 25 tips for marketing and managing a law firm. If you liked it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's going to be more on this channel just like this. And like, comment, I will respond. If you have questions, please let me know. And thanks for watching. Take care.